My dear students, welcome back for the second session for the November 21st class. We continue on the emotions and how to handle them, manage them. Some of the emotions can be very devastating or very destructive sometimes, because it is like a bomb, like a dynamite. There is such a potential that can be useful or damaging for the success of our life and our business. There's a quotation here: maturity is not when we start speaking big things. It is when we start understanding small things of everyday things of life. And so emotion is one of them. We already learned emotion is what connects a person to the environment. Our interaction with the environment takes place through emotion. Can be friendly, can be damaging, can be wonderfully enriching. It can even lead us to the future. Our partner, our spouse in life, all come from this environment connecting with the emotion. So you can also have the emotion damage, our relationship, our future, our career, everything. And one of those emotions is called the emotion of anger. Anger is such an essential part of life, which has such a potential, like a bomb and dynamite. You can use it as a passion. That is where the motivation, the passion comes in, and therefore, this connection of emotion and behavior in life can be very advantageous if adequately used. Like salt, like sugar, they have all got their little bit of measurement that makes all the difference. If you look at this diagram, Enneagram, you talk about three centers: gut, heart, and head. And gut is the anger, heart is the anxiety, head is the fear. The numbers are there: 8, 9, 1 related to anger, 2, 3, 4 related to anxiety, and 5, 6, 7 related to your head. So normally you have an anger when there is injustice, partiality, disorder, irresponsibility, disrespect, inefficiency. And normally you have anxiety if there is a disconnection, non-acceptance, people are insensitive, selfishness, being ignored, etc. And same with the fear: danger to life, your vocation, your salvation, ignorance, not keeping laws and structures, isolation, etc. So why the purpose of the emotions? Why these emotions? And I put that word energy. They are energy. In anxiety, you saw is an energy stored in your body which can empower you or damage the tissues there within the body. So those three words, the last one you can't read properly, is called direction. So the head or the fear, I don't have correct direction. If a buffalo is going to attack you, a dog is going to attack, or a snake, you need direction to run. What is the safe thing to do? Safety. So we need safety. So that's where the fear is given. So fear is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. But fear can paralyze you, and you don't do the right thing also, the good thing also, because the fear can paralyze you. Otherwise, fear is a good thing for our safety. And anxiety is all connection with people. I don't want to be disconnected, connection to the rest of the world, family, our workplace, our student body, etc. And anger is for preservation. Our status, our situation, our life, it should be preserved. So only when it's preserved, that's a primary thing, you can have connection with people, and then the direction of growth or safety or achievement comes in. So first and primary is preservation, which means my food or my air or whatever. So you have a sense coming in. The anger is whenever it is denied, this anger. So preservation, anger, anxiety, connection, and direction when it is a fear. Not necessarily always the picture of anger is of this type, as you see in the drawing here. It can also be just, I'm not happy with that. I don't accept that. I'm sure some of you have probably seen this movie where the funny fellow Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson. Adam Sandler was just sitting in an aeroplane, just asked for a hearing, the headset they call it, and the air hostess delayed. And you can see in the movie where it ends up. Very small little request, it started all. A lot of time, very small things start. And then where do we end up?
Ladies and gentlemen, we have just reached our cruising altitude of 32,000 feet, and we hope you enjoy our in-flight movie.
Miss, how are we doing on that headset?
I'll be right there, sir.
Excuse me, can I get a headset from you, please?
Do not raise your voice to me, sir.
I'm not raising my voice.
Okay, stay calm.
I am calm, I just want my headset.
Is there a problem, sir?
There's not a problem,
Sir, calm down.
I am calm. What is it with you people?
You people.
I don't mean you people, I mean you people.
Sir, calm down.
I'm calm!
This court hereby orders you to undergo anger management therapy.
Anger management?
From Revolution Studios.
Apparently, Dr. Rydell has a history of unorthodox techniques.
Where should we put my stuff?
What stuff? I don't think you should be moving in with me.
In Europe, it's not considered unusual for 3 or 4 men to share a bed.
That's why I'm proud to be an American.
This spring,
If you fail to strictly adhere to the rules of his program, you will spend the next year in state prison.
learn to share.
How about a kiss?
I'd love a kiss.
I think she's talking to me, and I think I can handle it.
Keep an open mind. I'm going to assign you an anger ally.
Heard we're partnering up, huh? Here's my number.
Oh, great. You're gonna die pig.
Oops, that's the letter that I'm writing to Robert Rivera.
And embrace your emotions. Temper's the one thing you can't get rid of by losing it. On April 11th,
How's anger management going?
He's insane.
La 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 la.
Nicholson, I think it's pivotal for you to confront your childhood nemesis.
The guy's a monk. He's not even allowed to hurt a plant.
Do you think that's funny?
Don't shove me.
No! What did you make me do?
Anger management. Wouldn't expect him from a Buddhist kid.
That was out of nowhere.
Don't come here!
So whether it is in a professional or personal life, If not controlled at the right time, it can lead to things that you might regret all your life because you don't know where it's going to take it. And all your life you might say, my God, for a small little thing, I made such a scene and I can't retrieve it. I can't get that back again. I'll show you another short video here again. Just watch this.
It doesn't take a lot to make me angry. What about you? Did some schmuck cut you off on the freeway? Maybe your boyfriend accidentally shredded that birthday card your grandma sent you. So you freak out, you scream maybe, a vein pops out of your forehead. It happens to everyone. But did you know that anger is actually affecting your physical health? Hey, anger is inevitable, okay? You can't just stop getting angry. Even the world's most sedate person has uttered a few choice words in traffic. Will that expletive fest really make you feel better? Will punching a wall really calm you down? The answer is no. Sorry, but recent studies have shown that angry reactions are pretty harmful to your physical health. A Yale University study found that people with anger management issues tend to get sick more often. Their anger actually weakens their immune system. The Journal of the National Medical Association added that people who respond negatively to anger are 9% more likely to have a heart attack. Hey, that might not sound like a lot, but come on, it's a heart attack. Every percentage point counts. Other studies have linked anger to everything from coronary disease to high blood pressure. Now that we all know that excessive angry outbursts are bad for you,
just a good introduction to the rest of it. So anger is a basic human emotion. Emotion, we learned that word. It moves us, emotes, moves us. Experienced by all people. So all of us experience that. Some more, some less. Typically triggered by an emotional hurt, anger is usually experienced as an unpleasant feeling that occurs when we think we have been injured, mistreated, opposed in our long-held views. It can be ridiculing, putting down, laughing at, or physical injury or punching, spitting upon us, ask us to get out, whatever it is. When we are faced with obstacles that keep us from attaining personal goals. So all of that, my personal competence, it creates a deficiency in me. Someone devalued me. Either my social needs or potency needs, it is devalued. So if you sense a need in me to be accepted or revered or respected, is tarnished or taken away. Anger is a completely normal, usually healthy human emotion. When I disagree with somebody, I don't agree with you, that behavior is not acceptable. We don't like that. Other day we were at the table for lunchtime and a member had a phone call and he just picked up sitting there. And I tell him that this is a disrespect for all of us. I don't carry the phone, I keep it at the table. But some others may carry because of emergency, they put in a vibration mode. Please attend to the phone if necessary, but leave the place here. That is a polite thing. You may be in a temple or a church or some revered place or a meeting in a conference. You'll put them in a, what do you call that, flight mode or vibration mode. So when people don't do that, they are showing there is certain deficiency in the behavior. So it gets out of control and turns it destructive. It can lead to problems at work, in your personal relationship, in the overall quality of our life. It can make us feel as though you are at the mercy of an unpredictable and powerful emotion, because the person never caused it, triggered. It's waiting to happen, but it triggered by somebody, like a switch put on. So this is to help us to understand that. So it can be caused both by external or internal events. Internal is the personality that happens here. I carry with me a belief or value or experience from the past, triggered. And external. I've seen among the dogs, they have to get the smell of the person. Once you recognize that, fine. If you don't get that smell, that is, it retains there, well, he's an enemy. Same thing with our experiences of behaviors. Okay, certain behaviors they interpret. In India, this can mean welcome or respect or whatever. In Africa, it means don't come close to me. In America, this means very good, and most countries people use in very good. But I had a bad experience in Brazil where they were giving this speech in Portuguese, and my American friend sitting next to me wanted to tell him that the speech is going on well like this, but his face fell almost ashen. He was upset. So he turned to another person sitting there. What does this mean in Brazil? He says, it means asshole. So sometimes, you don't intend to hurt anybody, you don't mean something, but that symbol had a bad meaning in the belief, in the understanding of the person. It can be cultural, it can be religious, it can be something philosophical or theological. So you could be angry at a specific person, such as a co-worker or supervisor or event, like a traffic jam. You're in a hurry, you're too late, a cancelled flight. Or your anger could be caused by worrying or brooding about your personal problem. Nobody can see that from outside. Memories or traumatic or enraging events also trigger anger. We have some past experiences. So the color or culture or religious symbols and the person associated with that, seeing a beard or whatever, can make a big difference there. I had a friend studying in New York, and he shaved off after September 11. I asked him what happened. He said, everyone thinks I'm an Arab or a Muslim. So sometimes event mean appearance from the past or from general events like this. I have two short videos here. A CCTV camera, so it's not so very clear, but both concerned with the office. One is a man trying to get his fax taken from this machine there and not come out well. A second is in the lift there, in the elevator. Clear now. Also try to make another copy of it. Didn't come out well. We thought probably the ink cartridge or something is wrong. Trying to change the ink cartridge. It seems to be all right. Put it back. The ink spurts out. The ink powder. You get so mad. He probably had a bad experience in the past sometime about complaining about the machine and the management did not replace, or that. So the anger is not to the machine. He expresses because he must have made that complaint. He has a work to do and they haven't done their part of the job to replace it or repair it. I have to bear the brunt of it. So the anger is in a way, expressed to someone else. Here is a man, sometimes you are in a hurry in an elevator and people in a big company, a big building, many people have many interests. They all walk in delaying the lift to take off. He closes it immediately. You can see the way he pressed the button very deliberately, pronounced. It's again, somebody comes in. Okay, the service people bring their stuff. So the man is getting impatient each time it opens and closes. And finally, he was about to take off. So it's like it's the last straw that broke the camel's back, as we say. It's waiting to happen. It's getting impatient. In life, it's like that. The last person did nothing wrong. The person was not a bad person either, but for him, he was building up that impatience and anger. So then, that happened. It is important to understand anger because the way you express it can be helpful. Venting anger can get you fired up. So you can overcome obstacles and achieve goals. Certain push there can, it can go. Or harmful when you ignore anger or express it in a negative way. It can hurt you and others. So you see, it can be helpful, harmful. Anger can result in domestic violence between husbands and wives. People who are around angry person tend to shut down in order not to anger that person. Others get their feelings hurt. Other people become defiant, become indifferent, avoid you, or lose respect for the angry person. So remember that. When people get to see that angry person, they become defiant, they don't respect you. They become indifferent to you, they avoid you, or lose their respect. So sometimes you experience that one event, one time happened, people keep that in the memory like a dog. You throw a stone and the dog remembers. So all the good things that you do later, all the helpful things you have done later, they are not seen anymore in the right perspective. They are not valued. That one event some time ago remains strongly embedded in their memory. Anger management. The negative aspects of anger are that you can have disruption of your thinking, unnecessarily defend yourself, you have to explain yourself, become aggressive, and become known as an angry person. So it disrupts your thinking process. then you feel you have to explain away, continuously. I did this because. You have to defend yourself. And then you become aggressive to those who don't listen to you. So you are considered an angry person. Failing to deal with your anger may lead to health problems. So it has been found out. It affects the health, the heart and eyes and whatever. Back pain. You can see a lot of people doing this, or like this, and this lump here on the back of the neck also is a sign of anger there. Tension. So when they drive or move around, play, their accidents are created. You trip somewhere, fall, interpersonal relations, there are problems there. So uncontrolled anger can be dangerous. It may lead to crime, abuse, and violent behavior. So remember, take note of this. This has been proven. How does the body react to anger? Anger doesn't make the blood boil or your eyes see red, but it does cause certain change in the body. Here is what happens. Adrenaline, we know that adrenaline, we learn that fight. Anger is that fight instinct, and other chemicals poured into the bloodstream. So the anger is that adrenaline, so it will actually pour in the bloodstream. The heart pumps faster, blood pressure rises, blood flow quickens. Okay, the muscles tense because you're going to fight. The fight instinct is there. So everything is ready to fight. So you can see that body posture there. In other words, the body shifts into higher gear, generating energy needed to action or to fight. So learn how this energy can work to your advantage or disadvantage. It can be used also, it can be disadvantage. Anger is one letter short of danger. If you add D there, then danger. So it's a good warning. Especially in business, it's a complete no. That's why they teach these people how to be very polite. No matter what the terrible thing, sir, we are trying to explain to you, sir, this is the policy of the company. However abusive the customer is, most companies teach their people to be polite and stick with the polite language, because you don't want to lose your customers. You can't afford to lose people, client, miss out opportunity because of your anger. So they teach that cleverly and clearly, that this can spoil your business. From the Proverbs 29:11, a fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man keeps himself under control. So look at quickly, there is a source, something that triggers. It goes into, always remember, emotion goes into the cortex. Cortex is where you keep the beliefs and the values and the attitudes. All these are there. So the beliefs are here, the values are here, and it triggers that as source and a trigger. It can be a religious symbol, it's a word spoken to you, the food not served well, vegetarian, non-vegetarian, whatever it is. A source goes into the beliefs, and the belief system, it goes against the belief system, then anger comes. And it can be kept stored in the memory, or it can be expressed. Okay, the beliefs can be positive, negative, destructive or constructive. So you see the cycle there. So what do you see normally? Anger. So what is behind that? So you are guessing that I am going to have physical harm, an injury, threat to my self-esteem, there's an injustice done, waiting is a frustration, my need is not met. Okay, any of this is the triggering. So you see behind anger a situation, an environment. Okay, that is interpreted by your belief system. So belief, situation, feeling. Believe, I value routine, I miss the train, I am angry. I value comfort, I miss the train, I feel happy. I value if I have a position, I am somebody. I am not made a manager, I am angry. I value my freedom, I am not made a manager, so I don't have to be responsible, so I am relieved. Suppose you go to the city railway station waiting for a train to go to Tumkur, and two people, one person has his girlfriend waiting in Bangalore station, the other person's girlfriend is waiting in Tumkur station. The train is late. The person whose girlfriend is in Bangalore station is happy to have more time with her. The train delay makes him happy. So the situation doesn't make him angry. But the person whose girlfriend is waiting in Tumkur, after waiting a while, the train doesn't come, she may go away. So he's angry the train is late because she's waiting in Tumkur. Here, it's a difference. So situation is same. But your belief is because of a situation. Feeling changes. You like position, then you like a title. You like your freedom, you don't want title. So belief, situation, feeling. Okay, you're getting that? So very often what we say, you're angry because, that's called the belief system. Sometimes we are negative, good people don't get angry. There should be peace at any price. Anger always lends to destructive actions. Anger is likely to hurt someone. Holy people do not feel angry. So sometimes we have a belief system which are negative. That's not true. None of these are actually true. So what is positive system? Anger is normal. Like any person, it's okay to feel angry. Anger does not have to lead to destructive actions. I do not hurt people. Normal in life. It's okay to feel angry. I am a good person even when I am angry. Anger does not have to lead to destructive actions. I decide. It's within me, it's in my control. Now it can be stored in our system as physical reaction, depression, passive aggression, boredom, substance abuse will all come from that. Some people get into a lot kind of addictive habits because they have this anger. They deal with the anger by smoking or drinking or drugs or other ways. So feel, think, talk, act. Understand and question our beliefs. Understand the consequences of our behavior for us and for other people. So we'll give you some idea of the process within our system. Let's understand how it happens. So first, a stimulus. Somebody shouts at you, throws something at you, disagree with you. We call that a stimulus, a word. So it is from external, outside. So it goes into the cortex. Perceived and interpreted. That's where the belief system. That's why it's called, cognitive. It's called two knowing. One from the external, one is what is sitting in our brain, the beliefs and values. So it goes and interprets here within a nanosecond, and it gives a meaning to that, negative or positive. Good for me and not good for me. So the neurosecretion begins, neurotransmitter, neuroreceptor. So immediately the hypothalamus is activated. Once that it goes in the brain, then that's where the physiological thing comes. So from cognitive to physiological movement, pituitary glands activated, ACTH, many of you have written the answer for that, adrenocorticotropic hormone, especially about the women, we learned that too. So that's activated. So adrenaline glands secrete. So now you see, you need blood into the muscles. The blood is taken from the stomach or the digestive system and fed into the muscles because you have to fight. So adrenaline means you have to fight or run or hit somebody or carry something, an emergency. Blood is taken to the muscles to safeguard you, protect you, and to do some action. So what happens? Blood, your digestive system is starved of blood. It slows down. That's why we have digestive problem. Like some people have diarrhea, some people have no appetite or whatever. Different symptoms you've seen happen there because of this particular process that takes place there. Your stomach contracts. So you see somebody going to fight, it goes like this. The heart pumps faster because it's pumping out blood, pumping in, pumping out your system. So your breathing, respiratory rate increases, muscles tighten, you're ready for a fight or flee. Okay, so you get a picture of what happens to our system because of that. So number one, understand your belief system. Realize gritting our teeth ruins our health, grinning and bearing destroys our relationship. Being too nice. So believe, realize, two things there. Disappointment and disillusionment. So you have some understanding. So we understand that anger is an energy, a power, a passion that can be used productively. As much as water is a resource, you can be drowned in the water. A flood can devastate a whole area. As much as we use the fire in small quantities to warm the hearth, cook the food, burn the iron, but fire also can devastate us. Okay, you can burn a whole house down. Used air is same thing. You need air to breathe, but air, when it becomes a wind or a storm or a cyclone, is devastating. The same principle of the anger, small amount is power, a resource, a good thing, and therefore it can have a positive or negative effect. That's why even in the word Bhagavan, in India, we learned that Bha and Ga, that is Bhumi and Akash or Gagan, those solid and the void. Then come three elements. What is that? Agni, Vayu, Neer, Bhagavan. So that is fire, air, and water. So those three things are power. They can destroy, devastate, also an essential part of human being survival. So you need to understand anger from that perspective of something needed. So the positive aspects of anger are that you have increased your energy, able to communicate your feelings, able to solve your problem, and you can take charge of the situation. Those situations don't control you, you control situations. People don't control you, you're able to deal with them and live with them. So it must be seen as an increasing the positive aspect of functions of anger and decreasing the negative side of it. Then it's useful. Okay, the goal of anger management is reduce both your emotional and physiological arousal. Okay, physiological, finger signs and whatever. You can't get rid of, you learned already, you can't avoid, but we can use it not to enrage people, but to change and learn from these situations to take care of ourselves. Also, we'll have another little short video to see how to use anger positively and how to handle situations that control us and devastate us.
How to manage that anger in 4 simple steps. All you're going to need is that handy dandy well-cast journal, a little bit of time, and a teeny bit of self-awareness. Step 1, control your breathing. When something pisses you off, instead of screaming or laying on the horn, take deep breaths. Spend 2 to 3 minutes breathing deeply, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Imagine inhaling calm blue air and exhaling that red toxic air. Step 2, relax your muscles. Unclench your fists. Make a conscious effort to loosen those shoulders and slump a little. Great posture is awesome, but for now, let those muscles unwind. I promise it'll help. Step 3, get it out. Once you're relaxed and breathing deeply, grab your well-cast journal. If it's a road rage thing, obviously please pull over. But when you get a chance, write down exactly what made you angry. Step 4, seeking context. It's important to put your anger into context by thinking rationally instead of emotionally. Think about it. Are you going to be angry tomorrow? Probably. What about a week from now? Maybe. A month? Probably not. A year? I don't think you'll remember, but by examining your anger this way, you can displace yourself from it, and you'll be able to process your anger without letting it take over your life. Let's recap. You need to find a healthy way to process your anger, or else you could run into some really nasty health problems. Remember to relax and breathe evenly, and then work through your anger by writing it down and contextualizing it. We can't promise you won't get angry ever again, but hopefully with this, you found a way to deal with it a little bit better.
Identify emotional baggage from the childhood. As a child, we have experience either from your dad or mom, or from our siblings or uncle or a grandma staying. There are things that are offended us and hurt us. And whenever we see similar situations and similar faces, we transfer, we project onto them those images, experience of the past, and we relive. So when you're talking to this person or the boss in in a way, that person may resemble your dad or an uncle. Learn from those experiences, and they say, I'm not dealing with that situation, and it's a different situation, so you need to take steps for that. The turtle 1, 2, 3 solution, I'll give a little more later. The 1, 2, 3 is simple. Step number 1 is go inside. In danger, the tortoise would pull his mouth, his head inside. Danger inside. So time to think and relaxation take time. So going into your room, taking a deep breath in through the nose, out through the. We learned that from the anxiety. Maybe listen to little music, drink some water, essential, relax yourself and stretch that. You see often people having this. This is a good thing to stretch yourself. So take time to think about and relax yourself. Maybe make a phone call to somebody who can encourage you to any form of relaxation. 2 is to calm everything down. So similar thing. So these are the first 2. The third is the difficult part of it. Then you have to come out. You can't stay in your room forever. Come out with a new resolution. I'm going to talk to this person differently. I'm going to handle this situation differently. I don't want to show any reaction. Decide how I'm going to handle. Don't allow situations to control you. Don't control situations, but how to relate to, because you can't run away in life, how to relate it differently. So that's a decision you got to take. Most of you have done the Enneagram test, and I've given you the numbers. And we're trying to relate now this anger part of it, how we're handling to these numbers. So the key to anger management is knowing yourself. So that's one of the things you have done by the test, knowing yourself. On the left side, you'll see the number. Okay, in this case, you have the number 9. So do important jobs now before they become urgent. That's one of the problems. Number 9 is procrastinate, delay. They always like delay. They're a little bit of lazy people. They don't want to do it today. So that will all add up and add up and add up and accumulate, and that also give you stress and irritation problem with yourself, which you project to other people. So here number 8, when you make mistakes, learn from them rather than getting angry. You made a mistake, analyze all the causes and all that, and learn from that experience rather than trying to blame somebody, project to somebody and blame somebody else. Number 1. So number 1s have a tendency to find fault and criticize, condemn and complain. 3 C's. So because it makes you angry. Therefore, that's one of the decisions number 1s have to take. Not to criticize, not to condemn, not to complain. As soon as you see something, give an opinion about it. No, hold on. Number 2 are the pleasers. They have to say yes, they have to help everybody, and then they find they are not thankful, they are not grateful. So you turn to, it's your need to help. Number 2's think that is, I saw a need, I helped. No, it's your need to help. So you don't have to help if you are not free, if you don't have the skill and time or money. So you have to learn to say no. Instead of getting angry for they are not thanking you. Number 7, as happy people, so you need to love the job you get. And you will not have to have a day, you are looking for something pleasurable, fun-loving, everything. No jobs like that are available always. Unless you work in the cinema industry or a joker or a magician or something. Even there is a lot of work there. They want to avoid work. It doesn't work that way. So love the job and make that hard work possible. For number 6 says, most problems really the absence of ideas. Think ahead. They are ready to cooperate. They have to daily chore of work, the hard work. They are ready to do the daily dishwashing type of job. But they don't think, I can do it differently. I can do different timing. Planning a little bit is not exactly their cup of tea. So that would help them get out of a routine. They like routine. Number 3s are business mind and how to make money, how to produce something. So they need to organize their mind, plan together. How can I do it differently? How to support the customer, how to take care of that, and the money will come. So they have to think differently out of the box. Number 1, again, they want to change everything around. So accept what you cannot change and change what you cannot accept. Very important for number 1. Number 4 are artistic people, poetic people, very sensitive people, and supposed to be intelligent, therefore they don't want to ask questions. So when they can ask even stupid questions, become simple because they are special, they want to be special. So make sure that you ask questions and you don't make mistakes and avoid huge damages. So if you don't know, ask. Number 8, say sorry. When you make a mistake, because you find too proud for you, too dignified to say sorry. You make a mistake, you be sorry. And say that and you're out of it. We all make a mistake. A short pencil is better than a long memory. Write down things you require regularly. Take down notes and all that, so that you can remember things and then also plan there. Number 6, nobody can make you angry without your consent. Anger is within you. They can try everything outside, but they can't make you angry unless you decide. You choose. That is a choice you can make. That'll be one wonderful thing you can do. Not a stony heart, but a heart that makes that decision. Never get angry with a man who has nothing to lose. There are people in the world, they have nothing to lose. You're wasting your time. You go to a counter where thousands of people come and go in the counter to buy tickets or whatever, and they are used to people from morning to evening, and therefore their actions or behavior or conversation can be sloppy or careless or indifferent. There is no point worth getting angry with them and shouting at. Go and hire officer. The most common occupational disease of a poor executive is inability to listen. Number 8 sometimes don't listen. We have a lot of strong world leaders nowadays in number 8. I don't want to name anybody. Their main issue is they talk, they don't listen. Many times you have seen that even a press conference, somebody asks you a question, they don't listen to the question. They will answer what they have to answer, or they feel answering. So that's why they don't learn, they don't come up. An exception was Obama in America. He would listen and answer to the point. So whenever you get a letter or an email that is not very helpful, take a day at least. Number 8 particularly, you like to answer immediately and when you anger and speak, hold on. What is the consequence? What will happen? What is going to affect me? So never reply, immediately. If there is no urgency, wait for at least a day or 2. Nobody can disgrace us other than ourselves. Number 3, if you are on the pedestal, no one can disgrace. If you don't choose to. Customers may say many things because they are frustrated, or you don't have to take everything on to you. There are times you have to hold it out there, stop here. Don't suck everything in and disgrace, no one can disgrace ourselves. Why anger is written as luxury? Nowadays you can't afford to lose people or connections or job or business. So what do you get out of that? Except that you feel certain inside pride, swabhiman, certain kind of a sense of But if the consequence is the future, devastating, ruining your life, then it's not worth. It's a luxury that is not worth. So, especially number 2s don't like to go to bed. They settle it. So follow that principle of the number 2. Keep peace before I go. I can sleep in peace. In the love definition, I put there, remember, we make sacrifice after discerning whether I can afford it, I am able, I have the skill, or the other person really need it. You don't make sacrifice without discerning. Otherwise, you have expectation. You are given something, you are taken trouble, you are sacrificed, your expectation, at least they must thank me or pay for it or appreciate, acknowledge that. If your expectation, that's not true love. A lot of the time we have problem and anger. We learned that from that definition is expectation and frustration. Number 4, particularly you have to watch that. If you're busy, you have something to do, you keep doing, you have no time for things like this. Okay, that didn't go well, forget it, leave it behind the door, get into the work and go on with your life. Number 9s have a great advantage with that they don't take too many things on to do. They have a kind of a tough, skin, exterior. They can just, all right, chalo, that is khadam ho gaya. So they go on with life. So you read that, make common sense your best friend. Reduce your anger and the anger of others. Just common sense. Indecision makes you angry. So in life, you have to take decision. At the end of the day, you can sit forever discerning. You can go make SWOT analysis or whatever you want. At the end, you have to say, we got it. The customer is waiting, got to take a decision. If all else fails, lower your standards to make you angry. We don't advise you to lower your standard, but at the end, business has to go on, life has to go on. And if you are a number one or number two and keep that standard high, there may be no one to match that standard, come to that level. So you got to live with people who are with you. Your standard of life, your children may not match, your spouse may not match, your elderly, uneducated parents may not match. So you got to lower your standard with the people you live with. And suppose you rent a place in an ordinary place, live with a neighborhood, you got to know to lower your standard, not keep any other standard. You cannot change others as easily as you can change yourself. There's one person you can change yourself is, number one is waiting till everyone changes. Then they can adapt. That doesn't work that way. You can only change yourself. And then others may follow suit. Do not just catch your workers or your community members or family members doing wrong thing. It will make you angry. Catch them doing right things. So whenever you make a comment, make sure you have something positive to say. So when they do positively, you make a point and say that. Then what happens is, you can also make the wrong thing. Otherwise, you only point the negative and not the positive. It won't work. Number 8 has tendency that. When you want to get things done, use creative ways to remind people. They tend to forget conveniently. So reduce your anger. So you may have all the memory and all the information and everything. So maybe put a sticker, maybe put some reminder, put the whiteboard or whatever, so they can remember. That means you have good memory, but they may not remember that. Number 6 is must remember. Remember, number ones may discern and find out everything that is said, but most people, only 20% of what you say is registered. Most people don't register everything, as you might think. So it's important that you remember that 80% are not remembered. So just casually at least remind them and tell them. The one who anchors you conquers you. One who anchors you conquers you. In other words, a situation, many number 7s will pretend not to take the anger in. They can make a fun out of it, joke with the person, and not let them affect them. Number 1s get so easily affected, 4s get so easily affected, but not 7 can laugh it and joke it. Like the monkeys, they're one of the animals they have. They run around the tree, and so it's a blessing. You have anger. Anger doesn't have you. Anger is an emotion that you have. But when anger controls you, you lost your own identity, personality, ability. That controls you. It's like a flame overtaking you, the flood swallowing you, you lost it. So it's important that I have got anger, but anger does not have me. Therefore, we have a control completely, not controlled by something else. It's a reflection